Can you imagine the reality of what it's like to be a club DJ? From arriving at the venue to playing hits from around the world. How difficult is it to actually secure a DJ gig at a venue in the first place? And what does it actually feel like to perform to a live crowd?
If you do one wrong thing,
yeah,
it's game over.
I'm James Hutchinson, a DJ, producer and podcaster, and I'm here today with Ryan Miles to find out exactly what it's like to be a resident DJ. In this episode we're following Ryan. He's a DJ, producer, and he's played alongside some of the biggest names in dance music. I want to deep dive into why, how and what when it comes to the realities of being a DJ. What advice would you give to someone who's thinking about taking a leap of becoming a DJ? Tonight I've come to Kuda in York. It's where Ryan holds a residency. I want to know everything about why Ryan started DJing, the highs, the lows and everything in between.
If you don't love this, you will not survive, because it can get quite brutal.
I'm also on a mission to find out exactly what it feels like before and during a DJ set. Exactly what's going through Ryan's mind at every moment during the set. I want to find out the unfiltered human aspects of being a club DJ.
You've got me saying words in my head.
Lovely. How are you feeling?
Yeah, got a buzz, man.
You ready?
Yeah.
You nervous? You nervous?
Yeah. Always get that little pre-gig. Cheers.
Makes me feel like I can't breathe. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right, right, right. It ain't right. Oh
no. So what was it that got you into DJing in the first place?
So I've been DJing for a very young age. I started DJing when I went to the youth club for the first ever time, and I basically saw the kids in the corner like on these decks, and they're all like MCing dead fast to like some rave stuff, some Makina, which is quite actually interesting because Makina is now actually coming like around again into the music industry. If you look like the likes of label of Trick, Patrick Top, and he's influencing all that Makina old stuff from the northeast that I actually originally got into DJing with. So I saw these kids doing this in the corner, and I just like instantly fell in love with it. So I was like 11-year-old. And that Christmas, my mum and dad got me some decks for the first ever time, some like home mix, silver from Argos, for like 150 quid. I just had them in my wardrobe and I played them and they were seen all the time. And from there it really just spiraled, and I loved the Makina stuff, the hard dance stuff, and then I slowly developed it through going into clubs and so on to where I am now.
Yeah, and how did you get your first ever club DJ set?
So going back to them when I had the decks and stuff, I started upgrading kit as you do as you get older. And I got myself to a position where I was about 16. I made my own business doing like mobile discos, christenings, birthdays, anything, taking my decks to house parties, people's kitchens. And I really started like living through going into kitchens, and we'd all have a drink on a Saturday night, and we were 17-year-old and that, and partying in the kitchen. But then from there, my name started getting out a little bit, and I started playing in the club in Hartlepool, doing the warm-up sets, and I think I'm only just turned like 18. I don't even know if I was old enough to be there. But yeah, I started playing the warm-up sets there, and it was from there, once I turned 18, I played another place, and I just took off on a plane, one-way ticket to Spain to try and live my dream. I knew if I stayed where I'm from in Hartlepool, there's not much of a scene. If I stayed there, I wouldn't be where I am now. Yeah.
Wow. How did that feel though, making that jump abroad?
It was scary. It was very scary. I was an 18-year-old kid with a backpack, and all I wanted to do was be a DJ.
Wow. But
I'd obviously did the experiences of having my own little business, doing them birthday parties and playing in my mates' kitchens, to then warming up in these little clubs in Hartlepool, to then playing very commercial clubs in Hartlepool. I had that experience, but then I set off I booked a month hotel. So I knew I had somewhere to stay for a month, and I just found myself walking up Magaluf Strip with my little backpack on, little skinny kid, like, I want to be a DJ, give me a job, and to be honest, I spent a good 4 days walking up that strip and no one wanted to know me.
Wow.
And actually the guy who I work for now, his dad was like, no, and now I work for his dad. I mean, I work for him, not his dad, but yeah.
That's insane.
So it's interesting, isn't it?
What advice would you give to someone who wants to be a DJ? Should they learn how to produce music or go straight into getting a DJ set?
I'd say depending what you want to do it for, I'd say enjoy the process.
Yeah.
Like going back to all them like times I've just been talking about Magaluf for the first time, Mallorca, being this young kid, everything was just so new and so great. And I think that more you get into it, the more pressure you start putting on yourself. the more stress you start putting on yourself, the more you want it to happen. I really want to make it, I really want to make it. So really just do it because you love it, and stop worrying about trying to make it, because it does start ruining the experience. And it's not easy being a DJ. It gets the stress, the anxiety, you know. You might see later on when we're in the club, when I'm playing, like, I know some people might not like what I'm playing, and you really can feel that when you're reading the crowd, that there's certain people that might not like it, and people start to judge you. There's a lot of pressure on your shoulders when you're in the club. A lot of times.
So talk me through what goes through your mind, what your thoughts and feelings are when you go down and walk up to those decks and you start playing. What are you thinking?
There's a lot of a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of tension, you know, but also a bit of a buzz. You know, you want to get on the deck, you want to smash the tunes out, and it's obviously something you love, your passion, so you thrive from it. But there's always that, like, sometimes that tension, that pressure, because anything could go wrong, and you've got like maybe 700 possible people looking at you, and if you do one wrong thing, it's game over. And it can be very easy. And don't get me wrong, I've made mistakes. I still make mistakes now. It's a good thing, you know. I once saw Tiesto put a video on, he like messed up a mix or whatever. He's like, it's good because it just proves that I'm mixing live. It happens. So, like, you know, it's good. Everyone makes mistakes. Yeah,
that's cool. And what's it like when you play a track that everyone likes, when you see the crowd go wild? How does that compare?
You get a good buzz from that. And I tell you another thing is when you've made something yourself, something you've created. So I'm playing a few of my remixes tonight. I've already been playing in previous sets that are working. And when you've created something, went from that studio to creating them sounds to then like actually playing it in a club, and you see people dancing to something you created, there's no better feeling.
Talk to me about the lows you've had so far in your career to get here.
The lows, within DJing, and any future DJ that's watching this, you're going to go up and down. It is a roller coaster of a ride, man. One day you're winning, and then one day you're losing, and it can be very fast. Like, today I'm winning, but tomorrow something might happen and I'm losing, and one day, the thing is, there's a lot of people and with a lot of opinions, and like I said, you could have 700, 900 people watching me play tonight, and literally you're not going to please all of them people, and everyone has an opinion. So 800 might be happy, but then there might be that 3 that are like, oh, this is crap, play something else. Or, you know, it's always going to be the case. You can't please everyone, but it happens.
And what advice would you give to someone who's thinking about taking a leap of becoming a DJ, but isn't quite sure? They're sort of scared of messing up or something. What would you say to them?
You've got nothing to lose, nothing at all to lose. You started as a hobby. I started as a hobby. I just used to mix to myself in my mum's loft. Hours and hours on end, or in my bedroom, and mixing. You've got nothing to lose, and if you love it that much and if you're passionate about it, that's what'll drive. Like I was saying earlier about the up and down roller coaster ride. Like, you have to have passion there. Trust me. Like, if you don't love this, you will not survive, because it can get quite brutal, this music industry, and if you really want to make it, it gets quite brutal. So you need to have that passion that pushes you on, because especially when I'm away abroad, again, going back to that, like, seasons, it's tiring. 7 days a week, non-stop, party, man, and you can really start feeling low. Got to keep up with your vitamins, make sure you're drinking water properly and trying to eat properly, and it can be tough.
And in terms of going forward, what does success look like to you? Like, when can you say you've made it as an artist? Made it
when I get my music to where it should be, and it's constantly a nice flow of releases, and I'm in with the bigger labels, the writer labels, and I think that'd be a great success for me. And that's where I'd like to take it, to where I'm comfortably releasing music regularly. And I'm playing some really big stages, which is, I've played a couple, but I want to play some really big stages, which would be great.
What's the highlight so far? If you could pick one moment, one 10-second moment of your career, is that the best bit?
BCM Mallorca. I was a resident there for a good while, man. And
what happened?
Well, it's just all the DJs that you spend. Every night to different artists. Like, one night you're playing with Tiesto, the next night you're supporting bloody Steve Aoki, and then there's like a foam party downstairs, there's foam everywhere, there's paint everywhere, and then you're upstairs with like a Danny Howard. And I think definitely with me being in the house and loving house, supporting Danny Howard's on like a show when he did Nothing Else Matters at BCM was great. Obviously last summer I got to support him as well towards the end of the season, which was really good to be able to play on the Nothing Else Matters show.
Well, that's it. It was great being able to sit down and chat with Ryan. Now, let's see how he feels after his set.
How was it? Oh man, that was a madness. I'm sweating, I'm hot. The club and the vibe in the club was going off. It was sick. Really, really good. What a night. Unreal. It got really going down, man. It got really hot in the end, didn't it? Yeah, oh man, energy. Unreal. Kuda York is always unreal, so make sure you get yourself down. Keep it high. Always a hype.
So there we go, we've had a taste of what it's like to be a DJ. We've followed Ryan Miles throughout his journey, right from the start to tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. This has been Behind the Decks with James Hutchinson. Thank you and goodbye.